Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Chelsea have crashed out of the FA Cup, people. That is a massive thing that happened to Enzo Maresca. That is a massive thing that happened to Chelsea today. They were targeting the absolutely horrendous problems at Chelsea, to be honest, at the current moment. This is absolutely unacceptable. A performance that is nothing less than shambolic and absolutely garbage by Enzo Maresca and some of these players. Where is Cole Palmer? Where is Sancho? Where are these people? Where is the superstars of Chelsea? Neto. Where is Caicedo? Where is Nkunku? Where is Enzo Maresca? Maresca out. Pochettino out. Everyone at Chelsea out. Sporting directors out. Everyone is out. But at the end of the day, you have to say that Chelsea are shambolic at the current moment. I was fooled. And I said that on the video. I was fooled in the beginning of the season. We were fooled in the beginning of the season. I want to know what you guys think. We were absolutely fooled. We were fooled at the beginning of the season by Enzo Maresca. Oh my God. Chelsea are in a title race. Chelsea are going to finish ahead of Arsenal. I was fooled. I raised my hand. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm a man. Can you be a man and say it? Can you be a man and say it? I was fooled and I was absolutely wrong. I was completely wrong about these guys. This is garbage by Chelsea. This is absolutely horrendous. This guy doesn't have a clue. How many games he has been schooled in the second half? How many games? How long are we going to wait for Chelsea to come good? Massively wrong, as Ray is saying. I was wrong. I have to admit I was wrong. He was doing good in the beginning of the season, but now he's been absolutely garbage. Garbage. And listen, this is absolutely, by the way, if he loses to Aston Villa and Brighton in the league, he has to be sacked. He has to be sacked. Sacked. Absolutely. Oh, title race, not title race. Forget title race. Forget title race. Look at Papa Beard. Look at Papa Beard. Not this. Papa Beard. Title race, my ass. Maresca out. Going to sleep. Bye. Yes. Where were you in the beginning of the season then? Now you're saying I'm out. Now you're saying I'm out. Bye. You embarrassed me, Chelsea Football Club. You embarrassed me. I backed your team. I backed your players. I thought this guy would absolutely be better than Poch. He's not better than Poch at the current moment. Listen, you might end up not even finishing in the top 6. This is worrying signs for Chelsea. Hit the like buttons, you fraud. 370 people in the house, almost 400. Hit the like button, 200, and let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Cole Palmer regressed because of Maresca, because of the team, or is it because of him? I'm going to let Husam talk, but listen. All I'm going to say, the last words, is that we all have to raise our hands and say we were wrong. We were absolutely wrong. You're right, mate. You're right. Husam, you good?
Give me 30 seconds. Talk 30 seconds more.
Yeah, akhi. Cal's corner. Husam, sure you have chest with the league now. What does this have to do with Arsenal, Cal's corner? What does this have to do with Arsenal? Oh, is he talking about Martinelli? We'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about this as well, about Martinelli's injury. Mo say it, Olo was right all along. You were right all along. You were absolutely right, Olo. All along. Absolutely. Absolutely. What are you gonna say now? What are you gonna say? What are you, a smoking Chelsea pack?
Mo, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Who's one of our favorite Chelsea fans in the chat? A moderator as well. He's always here.
That guy.
No, so there's other people. Keep going. Name more.
Abdi Has.
What do you think of Abdi Has? Like, he's a calm guy, right?
Very honest.
Very objective.
Very objective.
This is what they sacked Pochettino for, guys. This is what they sacked Pochettino for, guys. Smoking that Chelsea pack. Oh, this is delicious. It's filled with so many tears. And it's beautiful. Big up, Olu. Guys,
Big up.
today we have learned that the Chelsea fans were right. It was all Pochettino's fault. I think Chelsea fans all need to unite and ask for Poch to be sacked because everything is his fault. Poch out. Spam Poch out in the chat right now because we need to get him out of our club. He is the worst manager in our club's history. He's the worst manager in Chelsea's history. You know, this season I learned something really strong. I need to stick to my opinions because I know ball. But unfortunately, at the start of the season, I was fooled. Sometimes it happens to the best of us. Every now and then, someone gets fooled by something. You know, maybe Olu was fooled by Havertz's form towards the end of last season, and he thought we don't need a striker. It's okay. We can get fooled with stuff sometimes, you know? I should have stuck to my opinion. I knew that Pochettino wasn't the problem. I fucking knew that Mauricio Pochettino wasn't the problem. And I should have stuck to my guns. And I should have never apologized to Chelsea because it was too early. Any manager who needs all the conditions to go his way in order to be successful and all his players to be like his way to be successful and everything, I'm too hot even to wear a jacket right now, and everything to go your way, to sit up here and tell me that you need this player and that player to be successful, it's the biggest load of shit I have ever seen in my whole life. When it comes to Chelsea, I should have stuck to my opinion. I knew that Win Stanley and Stewart and everyone that I introduced you to last season were the problem. I knew for a fact that it was the people upstairs and it was not Pochettino, and people didn't want to listen. People keep speaking about Poch. When it comes to Maresca today, it's pathetic. The goal that you scored, Verbruggen put it into the back of his own net. You started the game 1-0 up for no reason whatsoever. No, like there was no reason for you to be 1-0 up. But guess what? You were 1-0 up. You got handed a gift and you still ended up bottling it. And I'm sick and tired of excuses. Today, no one's talking about Sanchez. Was he at fault for any of the goals, or is that buzzword now no longer acceptable? Robert Sanchez out. Poch out. Disasi out. Scapegoat FC. The time for scapegoating is done. Why don't you all show the same energy that you showed from last season? All of you. Show the same energy. I want every Chelsea fan who wanted Pochettino out to be Maresca out right now. Because there is no difference. It's the same shit. You're talking about in-game management. What did Maresca change today? What substitutions he made that changed the game? What did he attempt to do off of the bench from certain players to bring on and change the way that he's playing? By the way, just so everyone knows, Brighton weren't even good today. Mo, and I speak for him because he's my partner in crime, is a fan of Brighton. So am I. We love watching Brighton play football. Today wasn't sexy, beautiful Brighton. Today was just regular last Brighton. It was regular. And every single time you guys come up here and you have someone to blame for your losses, why don't you talk about the main culprits? What happened to Mr. Today, long ball, it comes off his back. He can't get past one guy. He's sandwiching. Tarek Lamptey is out here stealing the ball from him. Tarek Lamptey. Big
Lamptey.
2025. Lamptey. Is this 2019 where he's like this prospect? Tarek Lamptey. Jackson didn't play up top today and Kunko did. So Jackson didn't miss any chances. The problem is with the Chelsea fans is they met me. This is your biggest problem. You met me. And because I was so pro Pochettino last season, and because I was so against you sacking Poch, and you wanted him gone so bad, you will never ever say Maresca out. Why? Because you know I'm going to hold it against you till the day you die. Every single one of you. Papa Beard. I want to ask where Gilno is. Mr. Pro, positive, everything is great at Chelsea. Where are you, Gilno? Where's your £10 super chats cooking now Where are they? Mr. Garnacho has more GA than Lamine Yamal when Lamine Yamal was 14 3 years ago. How many? Where are you, Gilno? Where's the £10 super chat defending your club now? Todd Bowley is involved in your club, in your club selling tickets for unbelievable prices. Your players look like dog shit on the pitch, and you just got knocked out to fucking Brighton. You just got knocked out to Brighton. Who scored the goals? Rutter and Mitoma. Neither of them start for Chelsea. Neither of them are good enough to even be in your squad. Never mind your team. And here you are. Why don't we talk about Sancho now? Is he still the signing of the summer? He's the best signing this summer.
We scammed Man United.
What's the difference today between Jadon Sancho and an average Jack Grealish performance? I dare anyone tell me. Pop, 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 pass back. Pop, pop, pass back. Pop, pass back. Yeah. Well done, Sancho. You had 100% ball retention. You kept the ball. Well done. Do you want a fucking cookie for keeping the ball? You're a left winger. You're supposed to attack. You're supposed to cross. You're supposed to create. You're supposed to do something. Did you do something on the pitch? No, you did fuck all. What did Cole Palmer do? After Verbruggen put it into the back of his own net, it was rewarded as an own goal, Mr. Palmer. It was not credit to you. Are we done now? Everyone just want to talk about Sanchez? Everyone just want to talk about Winstanley and Stewart? I was talking about Winstanley and Stewart on every stream last season, and you were like, potch. So all of you say Maresca out now in the chat. All of you Chelsea fans in the chat right now say Maresca out. And if you don't say Maresca out, you're a disingenuous individual who doesn't keep the same energy. And that's my monologue for today.
Yes,
that was gas mark. That was gas mark 6 right there, man. He didn't just cook, he burnt the food. He overcooked the food there. No, listen, I can just on with this secondary thing Sam said. And to be honest, I think the writing on the wall in terms of what this Chelsea is started last season when they were buying all those young players, and some of us were saying it's just a flip, right? And Mo, you can roll your eyes, but we're saying it's just a flip. Like, and even at the start of the season, the likes of Tosin came in. I saw people hyping up KDH, right? People hype Neto. Do you remember when Neto was the guy? Everyone was like, "Oh my goodness, oh we should have bought Neto." This, and like you're thinking, wait, like, can't you see that these players are not as good as people are hyping them up to be? And the reality is now setting in. The Chelsea fans who were saying, do you remember this whole we've got an A team and a B team? And you're like, no, you just got a squad. You haven't got A team or B team because no team on earth has an A team or B team. And a lot of Chelsea fans bought into this hype. Listen, what is the difference between what happened this season and what happened with Tottenham last season? At least Tottenham had a whole bunch of
okay, let me leave you on an insight on all of Husam, because I know you do a lot of streams, you don't watch a lot of footy judgment. When Chelsea were second in the beginning of the season, we did the streams with Shaz, Don, Dan, and Olo would come in, and everyone, including myself, were like propping Chelsea. We're like, and Olo would be calm and say, guys, this is Ange Postecoglou. What do you think is going to happen at the end of the season? And we were like, how can you not see how good Chelsea are? And he was like, no, you're wrong. This is a new manager bounce. The squad is not good enough. There is no A team and B. Exactly what he's saying today. To be honest, there are streams recorded on Footy Judge Moore. Olo said, there is no A team and B team. It is not going to work. The Chelsea midfield is small. You're not going to be able to compete for the long term. This is not how football is played. It's not only about technicality. You need physicality. You need speed. This is not how football is played. And people, no, you don't know football, Olo. People used to cook him, bro, on Super Chats. To cook him. You don't know we're second. We're going to finish ahead of you in the league. And he was like, this is calm. You know, Olo, he never shut. This is Ange Postecoglou. You know, this guy doesn't have a resume. He's not experienced enough to lead the team over 38 games.
But do you understand my point, both of you, on the energy? Why aren't they Maresca out like Anjad? The same people who were Poch out. What's the difference right now?
Because they found another scapegoat, which is the ownership. Because last season, all the Chelsea
why weren't they
fans,
talking ownership last year, though?
because they were. It's like, but
The
Pochettino
team
has
they
a
had
good
last
team.
year is even worse.
They
Even worse.
yeah, but they never spoke about it. Colwell is. But you remember, here is the difference. Enzo's world class. Caicedo is world class. Palmer is performing. Colwell is amazing. Korea's second half of the season is fucking great. You remember Malo Gusto is the best right back in the league. Do we remember this? You remember Malo Gusto? To the point that in the beginning of the season, we were doing Chelsea props, including myself, and I'm at fault. Are Chelsea squad better than other teams? Are these players better than other teams? That is me. And that's including myself, and I'm at fault. I have a channel, I have 30,000 subs. I go on Husam, who has 50,000 subs almost. I go on the Football Terrace, hundreds of thousands of subs. And I kept saying that Maresca's coaching a good team. It's my fault as well. Even you, Husam, and you made a video. I was wrong about Chelsea. We were fooled, bro. We thought that he turned it around.
They played better at a loss at Anfield than they've done over the last 2 months.
Yes, they were winning games.
They were better when they lost to us at Anfield than they've done over the last 2 months. How the fuck does that make sense? I don't know.
It makes sense with only one thing, what Olo has said. He's an inexperienced manager that can't run the team for 38 games.
Let him land. I want to hear his explanation.
No, I mean, listen, you're saying everything. I think the other thing as well, I've always had is, and you're seeing it now as well, which is his biggest job is going to be to manage the personalities, manage the egos, right? And I forgot who it was. Someone said, well, how can these players have egos? It's like, it doesn't matter if a player is 18 or he's 35. They have egos. We've seen João Felix. I said João Felix was the most pointless buy of the season because they've already got a number of 10s. So why buy another one? And within the space of 6 months, they got rid of him, right? So what you're seeing right now is that this Chelsea team is constructed in a way that no team in world football has ever been constructed. Like, it just has never happened. The closest you probably will say is maybe even Real Madrid in terms of buying loads of players. But even in Real Madrid, there's a method to the madness. They buy the best of the best. Chelsea going for all these young players and trying to bring them in. And it just, I look at the team and just see there's no balance. There's no size. There's no physicality. And I mean, Husam was right. This Brighton team played poorly. Like, in comparison to how when they cook teams, you know how they're like faster, stronger. They play the ball with more intensity. It didn't feel like that. It just kind of felt like Chelsea got the goal. And it was just like, you know what? Wait till Brighton get the goal. And honestly, I was watching that game thinking, Brighton going to win this game. They're 1-0 down, but it just feels like they're going to win this game. Maresca has got a very, very difficult job in his hands because, as everyone has always said, Chelsea fans are very, very, very impatient.
Can you?
Yeah. They can say all these things about, oh, we want to change. We're going to give a manager some time. But already now, Maresca's head is on the chopping block. And the Chelsea fans are going to call him out. And the same with Stanley and Stewart. They're going to start saying Maresca as well. And we're going to go through the same cycle because there's no more Roman Abramovich anymore. That era's gone.
I need to respond to a couple of super chats before we go on. Nafisa saying, hi, Mo. I heard you lost to Fiorentina, but I'm not out of the league. You're out of the cup. You're out of the Carabao Cup, Nafisa. So hold that 4-0 against Newcastle, Nafisa. 4-0. Anyway, Mo, all love. We lost together. No. We didn't lose together. I'm still in the run to win the league. You're not. You're not going to win the Carabao Cup. By the way, there's no second chances in the cup. So you're out already, Nafisa. So you're cooked.
Wow.
That's the difference between me and you. You lost. We didn't lose together, Nafisa. We didn't lose together. You lost. You're out.
Don't have it, Olu. Don't have it.
I lost. I'm still in it. I still have a second chance. So we're not losing together.
Don't have it, Olu.
You are wearing red, Mo. Love for Arsenal. Rest. No, I'm wearing red because I have nothing clean. I'm away from home, and not for Arsenal. But guys, hit that like button, guys. Guys, we're not even on 100 likes. We're closing in on 600 people live. Hit that like button, you frauds. Like the video. Let's get to 300 likes. Like the damn video. And if you're new here, subscribe. But this is a super chat I wanna talk about. Kingsley. So if Chelsea make top 4, will you change the energy again? But let me ask you, Kingsley, do you see Chelsea making top 4? Looking up the performances over the past 2 months, instead of asking us, I'm asking you. When you watch this Chelsea team, are you confident? Chelsea might make top 4. There is a possibility. You're still 4th.
The thing is, for Champions League this season, as we have done, like we have learned via research, even 5th gets you top 4, like Champions League. So what if you finish 5th? Kingsley, I'm gonna reverse the question on you. If you finish 5th and get Champions League, then what? You have achieved.
Is that a success? Is that a success? And Nafisa, Mo, don't worry. Conte's first season, yes. At least I'm going through a demon. You're going with Arne Slot. You know, Nafisa, the difference.
Arne Slot.
Arne Slot.
Allah,
and Eredivisie, the manager that never won a top division before in the top 5 league. Antonio Conte has won in Italy, has won in England, has taken Italy before with Graziano Pelle and Giaccherini. He's an elite coach that won everywhere he went. But who are you going against, Nafisa? Arne Slot. Husam was slot out in the beginning of the season.
Oh, don't spread this propaganda, please.
By
I
the way,
wasn't at the beginning of the season.
Can I say something very quickly before we continue? Chelsea, get your plane tickets ready. Come join us in Dubai. Come join us in Dubai. And tomorrow, Tottenham fans, come join us in Dubai as well. I just want to put that out there. Join us in Dubai. We're putting plane trips ready for you guys as well. So come.
It's literally Nafisa stinker and hooked, as Omar Rushdie said. You got cooked. You tried to cook Nafisa and you got cooked. Cooked! Live on the stream, cooked! Like Chelsea were cooked today. And I have to, Nafisa grilled. Nafisa, you lost 1-0 more. 1-0 more. I'm not angry. Do people think I'm angry? I'm only going to be angry if one thing happened this season. One thing. Sorry, one of two things. One of two things. If Salah doesn't win the Premier League, I'll be angry. And if Man City win the Premier League, I'll be angry. Otherwise, I'm chill. I promise you. And there are reasons that everyone knows. It's public information. I want Salah to have a conversation with Henry. And I really don't want City to win the 5th league in a row. That's the only thing. Otherwise, I'm all right. I'm chill. I'm not a Chelsea fan.
By the way, this is the tweet that set Abdi Has off. Read it.
If there is something good after the defeat, it is that we can be focused on the Premier League, the Champions Conference League.
He's talking like he's fucking Ziyad on Al Ahwa. Like this is something that you expect fucking Ziyad to say.
No.
Or Bridge Nation Ahmed to say, like, oh, we can focus now. Why the fuck are you saying it as a manager?
Husam, Chelsea are now bigger fish to fry FC. Because at least when we said
have you noticed what Don is repeated?
Robbie said it.
Oh,
no, but you're missing the point, Olu. Robbie said it, not Arteta.
Yes, exactly. So they are now bigger fish to fry, FC.
Let me respond to Kingsley. My cue is based on rivals saying Chelsea will be nowhere near top 4 and are currently in top 4. I believe we'll still get 4th. Top 4 does not require consistency. And I never said that Chelsea are out of the top 4 race. I still thought that Chelsea would get top 4, top 5 at least. But the difference, Kingsley, and I'm gonna respond to you very simple. In the beginning of the season, I was so confident. Even Husam was confident. We were confident after the performance of being second that top 4 is reserved for Chelsea. Now I can be confident. It's a conversation. You're the same as Newcastle. It's a conversation, Kingsley, and that is a problem. After being, let me give you an example. If Arsenal tomorrow go and finish 3rd or 4th, they still get top 4. But after being second, you regressed. You played good football last season, and Pochettino got you 6th, and you were the 3rd best team in the league in the second half of the season. You regressed. That is the conversation, Kingsley. It's not about top 4 or not top 4. The problem is that we're sitting here now in February, and there is a possibility, and a real possibility that you don't make that by itself is the worrying signs.
Because you were second.
Exactly. If you were 6th or 7th, would be saying something else. But you were second. You were flying in the season. As for something, you went to Anfield and still played good football. So we said, no, this Chelsea team is good. This Maresca guy knows what he's doing. He can get top 4 with ease. But now it's a conversation, Kingsley, and that is the main problem. The main problem is it's a conversation.
And also to add to it as well, like look at the number of grounds Chelsea have got to go to. Right, they've got to go to Villa Park. They've got to go to the Emirates. They've got to go to Newcastle. Like these are tough games. They've got to play Liverpool at home, which, to be honest, Liverpool always seem to beat them all the time now. So there isn't a guarantee that saying, oh, because we're in top 4, we're going to stay in top 4. You went from 2nd to 5th that quickly, and you've got harder games to play.
Ainge was top, mate.
At least he was top.
And he finished 5th. He was top.
Mm.
Let's do extrapolation. First, finish 5th. Second, finish 6th. If England have 5 Champions League spots and Chelsea finish 6th, I don't know what the fuck Chelsea fans will say then.
You know, the problem is that's a possibility. Newcastle
Yeah.
and Man City can finish ahead of them. Like, the problem that
If
people
Man
don't
City finished ahead
understand.
of Chelsea after winning 1-13. Oh my
This is
God.
not about banter. This is not about banter. It's about you know what? You had the job in your pocket. You had the
Yeah.
job. They already said they hired you. And then you went and fucked up to the point that they started interviewing other people. They gave you the job already. He already gave you the job. You were about to get paid already. Halfway through the month, the manager was like, no. This guy's not good enough. We might need to interview other people to see if they can take the job. That is the problem, that you fucked up to the point that other teams are like, well, this 4th and 5th place is not guaranteed. Maybe we can jump on them. That is the problem, Kingsley, if you get my point. And it's a massive, if Chelsea don't get Champions League, what the actual F, bro? But actually, I have to say something. And this is going to sound very, actually controversial. Fuck Conference League. If you win Conference League, I don't want no Chelsea fan to come to tell me I won a trophy. West Ham won the Conference League with David Moyes. It is not a big trophy. It's not an indication of how good you are. It's not even Europa League.
If
Don't
you
come and
win
tell
it,
me about
it
trophies.
doesn't matter. But if you don't win it, it matters because it's embarrassing if you don't win.
Yes. Like, winning Conference League does not change my opinion about Chelsea. It doesn't. Bro, the best team in the Europa League, the Conference League, is Fiorentina.
Bro,
That is the problem. Chelsea, but we are used to trophies. Conference League does not give you pedigree. It's nothing.
bro, listen.
It's nothing.
The Conference League teams are their names come from the back of your Wi-Fi password. When you turn your router around and you see that percent that says password and it has those letters, those are the teams in the Conference League. We don't know them. We know none of these teams. To be fair, some of these teams are the first time I actually heard of them, right? So for me, this Conference League whole thing is meant to be for the smaller teams. Chelsea should not be anywhere near that. So if they win that it means nothing to me. It's just that you had an away day trip in like Azerbaijan or something like that, basically, right? You know what I mean? So yeah. And listen, I'll say this. At the start of the season, my prediction, I'll say controversially, was that Chelsea will finish 7th. So they might beat that and finish 5th, right? And which is mud in my face. But again, it is embarrassing if the way they started were to finish outside the Champions League places, especially with the level of investments. I might have a problem with the players they've bought because I think they've just thrown money out getting all these young players, but the level of investment they've put into this team is criminal. And also another thing, if Chelsea fans think this spending will continue forever, like at this level, you can remember something. They signed a deal that they had to spend $1 billion. So this money they've spent, this 1.3 billion, was contractually meant to spend it. So at some point they're going to stop spending that because no in the contract anymore. And if this is the team and this team doesn't get better, you're stuck with this. That is scary. This is the 7-year contract that you guys were hyping up. Amortization, blah, blah, blah. What's his name? The guy in the Madueke, 7-year contract. That's who you gave a 7-year contract to, right? KDH, 7-year contract. Those are the guys you give 7-year contracts to. The guys who you were hyping up and they're now saying...
Felix, they just loaned them out.
7-year contract. These are the guys you were saying, oh, it's smart business. There's a reason why teams in Europe don't do these contracts.
Their front line isn't all that. What front line? Who? Which fucking front line? SR? What front line? What? Jackson? Nkunku? Neto? Sancho? Like Madueke? Mudrik? What front line? They would have been better off taking the money that they spent on all of these together and like buying 2 very good players and khalas. It's better than all the stupid shit that they're doing. I'm being serious.
Okay, let's play a game.
Let's go back to 2 summers ago. Go get Isak for 60 million. Go get another forward for another 50 million. It's better than all the stupid shit you spend. That's just reality.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a game. I like games.
We got Sancho, who just does this. He just, yeah, just touch, little touch, little touch, little touch, little touch, little touch. Nothing. Pass. Little touch, little touch, little touch. Pass. No shots. No.
Play that again. Play that again. Play that
Burst of
again.
pace. No change of direction. We got Sancho, who just does this. He just,
Pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop.
just touch, little touch, little touch, little touch, little touch, little touch. Nothing. Pass. Little touch, little touch, little touch. Pass. No shots. No burst of pace. No change of direction. No nothing. No dynamism. No long shot. No, just. You know what he does when he's sizing up his defender and he's little touch. Yeah,
And then pass back.
we got
Jack Grealish 2.0. Right there. Average
Wallahi,
Jack Grealish.
I started something.
Pop, 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 pop.
These new wingers, the pop pass back thing is real, bro. It's real.
We're gonna
The
ruin
problem
Ahmed
is-
on Ahwat.
Do you know what the problem is? You know what the problem is, guys? The problem is Man City won the fucking treble, and you believed, Man City fans, that he was a crucial part in Man City winning the treble. Ah, Jack Grealish. And now the problem is wingers think that when they do this and do back, ball retention. Sam said it, bro. Sam said it. Fuck ball retention. Give me output. Give me nothing. Ball retention, my ass. I'm losing. What ball retention?
But based on ability, is Sancho better than Salah?
But he gets a lot of nutmegs. You know what I mean? He does
Bro,
this. He does
Bro,
that.
lose.
You know what?
You-
He gets the ball. Did you see his first touch?
ball.
Did you see
Give the ball.
Sancho not making Ahmed on the Lahwa the other day? Did you see Sancho not making two guys on halfway line?
Mo,
Oh my God.
Mo, we grew up seeing wingers lose the ball because they were trying to do things. Now we've
Robert
got
Perez.
lose
Robert
the ball,
Perez.
right? They would lose the ball trying to do things. Now we've got a generation of wingers who are too scared to lose the ball.
They cook Madueke for trying. They cook even though today was trash. They cook him for he loses the ball too much. At least he fucking tries. They cook Salah for being dispossessed. At least he tries. What has happened to
This is
football?
the perfect word. Foreplay. At the end of the day, if you can't, after foreplay, get what you want to get to, then the foreplay is useless. And this is the thing. You want to know what have me and Mo consistently said? I don't give a flying fuck if a player tries something and it doesn't come out. It's okay. I don't care. But try. I hate when players play it safe. That's the one thing that just gets under my skin to the umpteenth degree. The thing that I fucking hate is a winger, specifically winger, because that's the guy that's supposed to be so like high risk thing. Why did I insult Szoboszlai at the start of the season?
Because he wasn't
Because
taking
he was
any
playing it
risks.
safe.
Any risks.
No risk whatsoever. Guess what Szoboszlai is doing now? Taking risks. Get what Szoboszlai is doing now? Getting GA. You want to know why? Because he takes fucking risks. Football is a risk-taking sport. Football is not about pass left, pass right the whole game. Go fuck yourself.
I
Try something.
swear to God, my brother who watches a lot of football, but he's not like me. He's not like Husam. He's not like Olo. He doesn't watch a lot. So I was watching the Man City game the other day, and he just walked in, came back from work, and I'm watching the game at my mom's, and he's like, why are Man City playing handball? Why do they keep recycling the ball left and right? This looks exactly like handball, and this is the half arc when people have to shoot. And I'm like, this is the new football. He's like, yeah, but he watches a lot of La Liga though, because they like here. My two brothers like Real Madrid and Barcelona, so they watch a lot. And he's like, what is this? Why are they trapping the opposition and they keep passing from the right wing to the left wing? The problem is now people think that it's football. People think this is good football. Left, right, pass right, recycle the ball. And the problem is it brainwashed us. It brainwashed, including myself. Playing football now, the problem is I'm watching this sometime. I'm like, maybe this is the right way to play football because people won a lot. But you realize something at the end, which Husam has been saying for 5 years, bro. I've watched Husam in 2020 at the end of the season, 2021, 4 years. He kept saying, no one has fucking Pep's tools. No one is Pep. He does it better than you. Don't try to be like Pep because you are not. He is better than you. So if you try to beat him at his game, he will beat you. You have to try something. Now everyone is trying to play the same fucking football. Everyone. Ball retention. Even Brighton changed. Did you see the risks they take through the midfield? Joao Pedro dribbling 2-3 guys. Welbeck is trying to receive long balls now. They changed. People have to take risks. Oh, pop, pass back. Oh, but he's great. He takes care of the ball. He doesn't lose the ball. But Doku does. But Doku does lose the ball because he tries to dribble. People are fraudulent, and the problem is Sancho's falling for it, and he's doing it. We saw him at Dortmund. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing this at Dortmund. He was taking a lot of risks. He used to go direct to the goal. Now it is different. Now it's all about retention, but he doesn't lose the ball like other players.
And also, so that kind of football works when you've got Henry and Messi on the wings, right? When you've got David Villa, you got Pedro, you know, you've got Sane and Sterling, a good Sterling at that point. At this point now, you've got players who are not that good trying to play the same football. Even Pep himself is now realizing that he had to adapt. He went from that wing play, recycling, to having a target striker who just runs in behind in Haaland, right? Because the quality of players have changed. You cannot play that. And if Chelsea are replicating listen, at Arsenal, we have the same problem as well. We're better when we play fast. We're crap when we play slow. It's obvious to see, right? When we get down the wings and we're just recycling it, it looks like nonsense. When we move the ball fast and we try to penetrate teams through different ways, we look much better, right? This type of football just does not work when you have this type of players. But coming back to Chelsea, the one thing I would say, another thing we have to talk about is.
By the way, sorry, just to say something quickly, just one sentence, because that's specifically on style. We call Arsenal boring. What I watched today is more boring than any Arsenal game this season.
That's true.
That's all I wanted to say. Go on.
That's true. I was going to say though, Chelsea fans have to also now admit something. If there's any Chelsea fans, especially in the chat, that you ran very quickly, very, very quickly with this. Palmer's the best player in the league. That Palmer's world class. That Palmer is possibly one of the best in the world. Because heavy is the head that wears that crown. When you start saying these things about him, people like me, people like Husam, people like Mo,
you never forget.
We won't forget. We'll now say, you know what?
No, but we'll judge him based on that. Because he actually performed like this.
No, but that's what Olu's saying. Let him cook, because he's saying that's the standard now.
It's the standard now. So today, when we watch it and we go, okay, Chelsea are not playing that well, and you need someone to take over the game, and he's not taking over that game, right? But you've said, actually, he's the best player in the league. There's no one next to him, right? Listen, people have faults with Salah in terms of his way of playing football. But let's be real. When the game is on the line, who's the one player
in the whole league? Him and Kevin De Bruyne. It's Saka sometimes. Saka.
By the way, if Chelsea had Salah today, they win the game.
Exactly. Heavy is that head that wears the crown. And this is where sometimes you have to just listen, I love Palmer. I think he's a great passer of the ball. I've said some ridiculous things, which I will still continue saying, but I'm not going to say it today because obviously I'm kicking his back in right now. But the reality is that you have propped him up to this level, and people like me will not look at him and say, okay, let's see him at that level. And when he doesn't perform at that level, you can't just say it's just one bad game, because this has happened multiple times for the past couple of months, where you might have one good game and then you might have 2 games where he's invincible. And then also Chelsea, I've heard a few Chelsea fans say, well, actually it's because he's not playing the right wing. I'm sorry, if you're going to be the best player in the world, I could drop you in centre back and you perform at the best player in the world, because the best players in the world, we're saying above every other player that plays football on this earth, right? You should be able to perform regardless of the position. You should be an X factor wherever they put you on the pitch. Don't tell me that because he's standing next to Sancho, all of a sudden his levels diminish. I'm sorry. He should be the one that's driving that forward. And this is where, again, Chelsea fans need to temper their expectations on this guy. In the same way, Arsenal fans had to temper expectations on many of our players, right? And we are really bad at overhyping the players, but we also have to learn to temper it. Chelsea fans need to start doing the same as well, because if Palmer keeps performing like this, and listen, last season everyone said let's see what his second season looks like. His second season has actually looked good in terms of number of goals he scored, but the reality is that the player that we saw last season is not the same player we've seen this season in terms of being able to take over a game.
Is that on him or the coach though?
It's both of them.
Both. That's
Both
the
of them.
only honest answer. Both. We cannot just blame one person for this.
Listen.
Remember when I said Poch gives one forward the freedom and he always gets the best numbers?
Stop looking at your phone.
No, I'm actually doing research. I'm not just chatting shit.
What are you researching? What are you doing,
Don't worry
Don?
about it.
Are you doing Don research?
No, I'm doing research to substantiate my claim. But go ahead, because that was the point I was gonna make. Go ahead.
Do you remember when? Listen, we've watched both Ronaldos, right?
Yes.
They didn't need a coach to tell them for us to see how good he was. We've seen Messi. Didn't need a coach to see how good he was, right? We've seen even Neymar. Didn't need a coach to see the quality he can bring on the pitch, right? You look at Remontada when he played out of his skin. That wasn't coaching. That was a player taking over a game by himself and saying, right, I'm going to put a team that's got Messi on my back.
But didn't he do that last season though?
Right.
With Chelsea.
Yes, but
for a long time, it's not like for 1 or 2 games, for like a whole season, it was him. So we already have a big enough sample to know that he can do this.
Yeah, but
if he's allowed to do this, if he's allowed to do this, he can do it. Because I've seen it. You know what? You get my point?
I heard that.
Him dropping, him not doing well now is not gonna allow me to say like, oh my God, he's bad. He's not bad. There is something fundamentally wrong at Chelsea. Because it's not only him though. I think Caicedo having a good game, yes, and an average game. And a good game, an average game. That is a problem at Chelsea. You know what? And that is what I mean. There is something fundamentally wrong at this team now. It may be confidence. It may be believing in coaches' tactics. It may be the dressing room is in distress. Maybe they know that the owners let them down with the striker.
Mbappe got his best numbers the year that Pochettino was manager. I told you that Pochettino gives one forward freedom to cook and do whatever the fuck they want. And people didn't want to listen to me. And they said I'm crazy. Now, here you go. By the way, Mo, I get why you're saying like Maresca, like in terms of even Palmer. But they both have to take accountability. Because he's not in a position to succeed for the team. But at the same time, listen to Olu's breakdown. You tell me Palmer is the best player in the league. I'm not going to say world. Best player in the league. Best player for Chelsea. He's better than Foden. He's better than Saka, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Show me. I can sit here and go like, Olu, I compare Salah to Thierry Henry. Okay. He sits on that great table of players. If Salah doesn't score the 2 goals against Bournemouth, then what? If when the game is on the line, he doesn't get the ball down that right-hand side and put it top corner, then what? Can I still make these claims? Or do my claims all fall down? If Salah does not have the most GA in the whole planet right now, can I make these claims? If he doesn't have 21 goals and 13 assists in fucking February, can I make these claims? No. But the truth of the matter is he does. And he's cooking. So we can get to put him in these conversations. But when you say stuff like this, you have to watch performances.
Do you believe if Saka played for Chelsea today, they would have won?
Yes, because he gives them a creativity. 100%.
You think without 100%. Palmer today, if Saka's on that right wing, Chelsea would have won?
Yeah, 100%.
Replace Palmer, put Saka
but
in.
You know me, I'm Saka over Palmer and Foden. Because of the whole... One thing we like about Saka is even when his team is playing like dog shit, he will do something. Prime example, Newcastle away this season. They were fucking shit. They were crap, Arsenal, in the 1-0 loss. But Saka, in one moment, created the most dangerous chance of the game with a cross to Rice. Yes, Saka wasn't amazing. Yes, Saka wasn't phenomenal. But he still gave you one moment capable of at least getting you a draw at St. James's Park. Declan Rice, I don't give a fuck if he's a DM or a striker or a centre-back. You should be at least hitting the target. You should be scoring that. I even take it a step further. You should be scoring. But the point is, he gave you a moment. What's Palmer's moment? Verbruggen putting it in his own net? What the fuck, bro? This is why Chelsea fans, when you open your mouth, oh, I want to pay Man United more money for Jadon Sancho. Oh, I think you know when they were saying Palmer is the best player in the league, you know what I said? He's not even the best player at Chelsea because Caicedo is. That's just the reality of the situation. And even his performances are now not like shining anymore. And the thing is, one more point of research, Mo. There was something that I was doing on my phone. Bro, you think like I'm out here like texting. I'm not. I went to Twitter and I searched the word Poch. I searched the word Poch. Just Poch, yeah? Nothing. Not out, not in, not nothing. Okay? The stuff that I'm seeing from Chelsea fans. This is the Chelsea fan. Notice how they blame everyone but Maresca. It was always Poch no matter what last season. Keep the energy. Maresca out, not reactionary. This board will not change who they buy, so we'll have to work with what we have, and this football is worse than Poch. Poch got us to Wembley twice. This club is making me miss fucking Pochettino ball. Big insult on Poch to even think Maresca was an upgrade. There's no way he is on Poch's level. Shut up. Poch had a worse team and had higher expectations. Allow it. Poch really is the fullback whisperer because this guy made Malo Gusto look like a competent footballer. This is more. There's more. Poch went 13-5-6 in his last 24 Premier League games. Maresca's record is 12-7-5. Did Chelsea actually improve in the past 6 months? Poch went to Chelsea, and we miss him now. Where there was more stuff. I'm gonna. Poch was better. Poch got us to the final of the Carabao Cup and the semi-final of the FA Cup. What's the excuse for Maresca? And let me say this: if you think I'm lying, I will right now share screen and play my watch along from the Carabao Cup final. I was giving the "we tried" speech. I was going like, guys, listen, we have about 7 kids on the pitch. You get me, guys? You get me? Like, listen, we have 7 kids on the pitch. I'm so sorry. Chelsea cooked the fuck out of us. So many chances they created. Jackson miss. And then we won the game at the end with the Virgil van Dijk header. I watched the semi-final of the FA Cup, Chelsea against City. Before, I have never seen, and by the way, that was strong Pep last season. I didn't see like Pep get dominated, like Pochettino dominated in that semi-final, completely dominated. But guess what? Jackson missed a chance, and that guy missed a chance, and that guy missed a chance. Bro, Pochettino made you guys think that Gallagher is your best midfielder. He's a good manager.
Let me add one more to that. Last season, we played them at Stamford Bridge, and they absolutely ripped us apart for 70 minutes until Sanchez made a mistake, right? Ripped us apart. We drew 2-2. This season wasn't the same. It was not the same. We controlled them way more in this game than we did last season, right? It's night and day. And don't get me wrong, we beat them 5-0 in the reverse game, right? So let's see what happens this season. And I think we're going to batter them again this season, to be honest. Even as bad as we are, we've got absolute bombs in the wings and so on and so forth, right? But honestly, there's an intensity that Poch played with, you would say, a worse midfield than, even though I don't rate the midfield as much as most people do right now, right? That shows that in some games, they can actually take it to them. In this, I guess all the big teams this season, they don't look as good. It's only Man City, and even at Man City, I'm like, everyone should be beating Man City.
Liverpool looks good. I'll be honest. I think we look good.
They look good. Yeah. I give it that as well. But also, someone just said Colwill as well. Do you remember the hyping of Colwill, and when Liverpool would get Colwill, and it was like, oh,
compared Colwill to Saliba, bro. Some of the crimes, bro. Some of these Chelsea fans, I swear, you deserve to genuinely just get like slapped the fuck out of you, guys. By the way, we have 615 people watching. How many likes are we on?
159.
Wow. We're on 159 likes, guys. You're worse than Chelsea in front of goal today. And I know the Arsenal fans in the chat won't take it. And I know even the Chelsea fans who have dignity won't take it. And I know the Liverpool fans won't take it. Imagine I'm calling you Chelsea in front of goal today. Disgusting. Pop, pass back. close the live chat, hit the like button, and continue to enjoy the stream. Already, see, we're at 175. Let's get to 200. Let's get to 250. Let's make the target for today's stream 250 likes. So please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe to the channel. We have Olu on as well today, who's actually cooking, by the way. Olu's completely cooking on this topic. So please, let's like the video, subscribe. We did hit 8.9k, so I'd like to thank you for that. We're now 100 subscribers away from 9k, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go. The road to 10k continues. Big up to Nafisa, who says, Mo, I'm in the masjid right now. I'm praying for you. Ya akhi, Nafisa. Nafisa, I can't lie to you. You know I'm on your side when it comes to cooking, Mo, because I love the fact that you cook, Mo. But on this one, he's right. He didn't get knocked out the cup. He lost the game in the league. You get me? So he's still in it, factually. You aren't in it anymore. You know, you're in Dubai with Salt Bay fading Arteta meat. It's not the same thing. They thought their striker was a star like Michael Jackson, ended up being a joker like Michael Black. Who's Michael Blackson? I need to Google this.
He's a comedian. He does African voices.
Michael Blackson.
Yeah.
Ghanaian actor and comedian. Oh, I've seen this guy. This guy was on one of the podcasts, Logan Paul's podcast, right?
Yeah.
This guy's fucking hilarious. I'll be
He's amazing. He's amazing.
Hilarious. W in the chat right now for my guy Tyler as well for dropping in the 30-piece. Big up to you, my guy Tyler. Appreciate you. I can't lie to you, man. Listen, Nicholas Jackson been dog shit this year. Big up to...
What afro? He has really good hair. What afro?
No, I don't even know. I'm just going to call you Malt. Who says Husam's afro is cool. Thank you. I do not have an afro. I'm going to get a haircut tomorrow. Listen, men in the chat know what I'm going to say. Never cheat on your barber. I've never cheated on my barber. I've been cutting my hair the same guy for 10 years. I called him today. He's like, I'm busy. Come tomorrow. I'm like, okay, khalas, I'll cut.
Guys. Can we start talking about cutting hair for those who can't grow hair anymore? This is just painful. Stop. Don't. Oh God.
Big up to AMT who says when Poch took over Chelsea, they were clapped, but when Enzo came, they weren't. Exactly. Enzo Maresca took over Chelsea in 5th, and they're 4th. Poch took over Chelsea that was 12th, and he ended up finishing 5th. Sorry, 6th, but tomato, yani. You get me? He almost doubled their league position. Oh my God, I'm gonna ruin Ziad's life tomorrow. Wallahi, I can't wait. Inshallah, khair. Gonna ruin his life tomorrow, Ziad.
He's gonna come Maresca out. So are we talking about Arsenal?
We can if you want. I mean, Olu's here. Fuck it. Why not? Go for it. 200 likes, chat. Yalla, we're 10 likes away. Go on.
Are we talking about
Arsenal? Water bottle.
Are we talking about Arsenal having only Havertz, Trossard, and Sterling up top? It's the only thing that is left. And Nwaneri going for the Champions League and the Premier League as well. Bro, how shameful is that? Embarrassing, right? So you're going to blame. So Arsenal fans, the question is to you. Martin, you know I can't have a day off. I'm still doing a solo stream tomorrow talking about Arsenal, about Saliba to Real Madrid. Is that injury an excuse for Mikel Arteta? Are actually injuries this season have been an excuse for Mikel Arteta? Are we going to talk about that? Is there context for Mikel Arteta with Odegaard's injury, with Saka's injury, with now Martinelli's injury, with Gabriel Jesus' injury, with Calafiori's injury? Is that an excuse for Mikel Arteta? But why not?
No, because
when he doesn't have the tools.
So no, it's not an excuse, right? The reason why I say it's not an excuse is I always keep the same energy all the time. Win your games, regardless of who is.
But he doesn't have the tools to win the games. Don't be fraudulent now. He doesn't have the tools.
I hear that. But in the start of the season, they signed collectively. They signed off on the players they wanted. Right? We brought in Raheem Sterling on deadline.
Yeah, Raheem is a shit player who shouldn't have been here. It's an opportunistic signing. At the end of the season, you're paying third of his wage. Even you're not even paying half. You're paying third.
Exactly. So that is a reality, right? We didn't buy a striker. We didn't buy a cover for Saka. Let's say Sterling was the cover for Saka, right? We saw the regression of Martinelli last season. So it wasn't like this season was the year that we seen Martinelli stop not playing as well. We started from last season that he wasn't playing as well. So the reality is this. I believe this. Like, listen, we signed up on the players. He has no excuse. There is no excuse you can give him because he signed up on a 26-man squad. this is the 26-man squad that he's playing with. Arne Slot had less players come in. They brought in Chiesa, a crocked Chiesa, a guy who basically has no ACL, no muscles in his bones anymore, right?
No knees, no hamstrings.
The guy cannot play more than one game without getting an
Yeah. But they had
So-
no injuries this season apart from Jota, bro.
It-
No
and-
injuries apart from
okay,
Jota.
And guess what? Last season we hardly had
And
any
also
injuries.
their main play. Okay, I'm being objective here.
Konate,
Their-
Allison.
No, but your main players have not been injured. Gravenberch has been the main player. Salah, okay, the most important player in the league is Salah for
Mhm.
them because Saka has been injured for a while, right? For now, for many games, and he will be injured for the rest of the season. And Van Dijk has been injured. Thank God he's not injured.
Mo, you worked with me. Who did I say bottled the league last season?
You did.
Yes, I said Liverpool bottled the league, right? I said it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You said
Did you see our
because
list of
Nunes
injuries last
because
year?
no, but you won without injuries. But also, okay, you have Jurgen Klopp, Husam. You can't compare.
Yeah, but
Arteta,
point is,
you can't compare معلش يعني with all due respect. You can't compare Arteta.
okay, now
to
you're just
Klopp,
gonna
يعني
lil bro
خلاص
Arsenal.
يعني.
Mo,
You want a
Mo,
lil
No,
bro
but that's
Arsenal? That's a
reality.
different topic.
Yeah, Habibi.
Lil bro
Jurgen
then.
Klopp is a Champions League winner, 2 times league title with Dortmund, Champions League finalist with Dortmund, brought Dortmund from the mud, brought Mainz from the mud to the top, brought Dortmund to the top. Yes, are we gonna compare Arteta to Klopp now?
but Mo,
We're gonna do
Mo,
this now.
But Mo, last season,
Yeah, we're
everything you
not
said-
gonna do that now.
everything you say about Liverpool this season was us last season. We hardly had any
Okay.
injuries, right? The only person really that we had injured for,
And that's
a while
why you
was
went
Tomiyasu.
all the way to the
Right.
And that's
So-
why you went to the wire. It went to the wire.
I hear that,
There is
but, that's
a reason
but this is why I'm not going to give no excuses. Listen, this is how bad it is. It is. We brought in a goalkeeper on loan who's cup tied, which means that there was no rotation. Right. This is why I say that if Arteta signed off with Edu and the board on this is the team, then I can't give him the blight to say, oh, because you had injuries, because ultimately you are planning for your season with the thought that you might have injuries to key people. You're hoping it doesn't happen, but it might happen. And if your backup is Raheem Sterling, if your backup has to be in 1 year, you're a 17-year-old, right?
Yes.
And you have an opportunity in January to go and get even something decent, and you don't do it, then ultimately the buck lies with Arteta. I cannot give any sort of excuses to the guy. And listen, I like Arteta as a manager. I think he does quite a lot of good things, right? But again, I cannot then turn around and say, oh, because he had injuries, that's why we didn't win the league. Who cares? Everyone has injuries. Since the start of bloody football being played, players have been injured. And some teams deal with it better than others. Liverpool have dealt with the injuries. They had Kelleher playing in goal for X amount of time, right?
Why is Olu weirdly cooking today? What's going on?
Listen, I always cook, man.
I thought you're supposed to be delusional. That's how Mo introduces you all the time.
I am never
He used to
delusional.
be, bro. He used to be delusional. Wallahi.
What
this guy
are you
used
like
to be
Arteta
delusional.
out now or something?
I'm not Arteta out. I'm not Arteta out. No. I don't go that
Just
far.
have to check it.
I just call it for what it is, right? I just say exactly what's in front of me. 2 seasons ago, I will talk positively because what was happening in front of us was positive. This season has been a regression. I don't think it's as bad as people think it is, but I don't think it's as good as some people think it is as well. Some people still have this idea that Arsenal, we just need this Dubai trip. I'm like, what's this Dubai trip? Someone went to Dubai. No,
Olu went to Dubai. That's how his opinions have changed the shit because he went to Dubai. I love the fact Olu's saying all this because all of a sudden some Arsenal fans are talking about Cronkies. You weren't mentioning Cronkies fucking 6 months ago. Why are you talking about them now? That's the thing. I hate when we change energy. Don't change energy, bro. I can talk about FSG. Why? Because when we were top of the league and top of the Champions League, I'm still FSG out. And I still talk about them every fucking stream. So I can say that. If we end up losing, I've already said this publicly. If we lose the league, it's FSG's fault. If we win it, it's Arne Slot praise. End of. Because I already know that they haven't given him the tools. By the way, just so everyone knows, Arne Slot is overachieving by winning the league. Just so you know. And speaking of change of energy, there were Arsenal fans in the summer who said, the only one I'm taking from Liverpool is Alisson and Van Dijk or Alisson and Salah. And now they're saying, oh, look, Slot walked into such a great team. Why the fuck are you making up scenarios? Why are you just making shit up? Like the same way we ask Chelsea fans to keep the same energy for Poch out and Maresca out, you keep the same energy as well. Don't suddenly tell me, oh, I would take all these amazing players from Arsenal. You're so full of shit.
But
Also,
we had
last season we had 15 injuries and we were actually robbed by VAR, but like 5 different times. I said we bottled it. Same energy. I don't.
But to have devil's advocate here, I was speaking to Rory, and Rory thinks that this window proves that Arteta doesn't have the power that we think he has, because no manager wants to stay without Saka and Havertz as a striker or Jesus is out. He said that if Arteta had the power, he would have gone and signed the striker. He wanted Oli Watkins. They told him, no, we value Oli Watkins at only 40, 45 million. Other than that, we're not getting a striker. I was under the impression that Arteta is the one who makes the decisions, right? And it looked like that. It looked like this for the Havertz, for the Calafiori, for the Moreno. Until this window, where it was Arteta wanted a striker. He said that in the press conference. And then the owners went and put in a bid. There's a shit bid for Oli Watkins that they knew that Aston Villa will not accept.
Can I tell you the problem?
What's the problem? Because I am now...
I'll tell you the honest problem.
Before you go in, I want the people in the chat to actually try to... We need to get to the bottom of this. Who makes decisions? We thought that Arteta is the ultimate power. Who makes the decisions? You cannot tell me that Arteta is happy to go second half of the season with Havertz only as a striking option and Saka's out, Martinelli, Trossard, and Nwaneri.
So
I thought before
Can I tell you?
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. I think Olu might agree with me as well, but I'm unsure. I'll let him talk. Here's the thing. Arsenal and Liverpool both have this problem. We are not Manchester City from 5 years ago. If we are going to die on a hill, we're going to die on a hill. And Arteta is going to die on the Kai Havertz hill. This is just the ultimate reality of this whole situation. Now, when you pay 60 million for a forward like that, they have to work out. Case in point, Darwizi, mate. Same thing. We're looking to try get 75 million, 80 million because we're not the club to afford to lose money on players and Adi life moves on. That's just not how it goes. So when it comes to this conversation, he's dying on the Havertz hill. That's just the ultimate reality of this conversation. Is it true? Yes. Is it sad? Yes. Exactly what Dimitar just said. Sad but true. Like it's the reality. And when it comes to January, I thought, and I was genuinely like thinking about this, like if you tell me right now, Husam, one top 6 side is 100% signing a player, I would have said Arsenal because of the Saka injury. But they didn't sign anyone. Now, who's the guy as well who got Jesus? Who's the guy that's getting all these players? That's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah, but the Jesus signing was good, yeah, Habibi. The Jesus signing made them from 5th title challengers. Zinchenko did.
Oh, you've been working with Rory for too long. For
Habibi, no, I said that before even I met Rory. I said that to Olo. I said that to you 2 years ago.
Bro, there is no such thing
2 years
as
ago.
a player that takes you one step ahead, but then you need another player.
No. It's actually it's steps.
Total bullshit. I'll tell you
Arsenal
why.
Arsenal
Who's our best player right now? The same
You're
player
wrong.
that we signed when we were chasing top 4.
Yeah, Habibi, again, you are wrong here.
Who's the second best player? The same player we signed when we were chasing top 4, Van Dijk.
There are a lot of.
Who's the best goalkeeper in the world? We signed him when we were chasing top 4.
There are a lot of clubs that work in this way, Osam. Not Jurgen Klopp. There are a lot of.
Name them.
Inter.
Wow.
Inter.
So we're comparing Arsenal to a broke-ass club that signs players on a free the whole time.
No, but the process is you signed, especially with a young and upcoming manager.
When's the last time you spent 700 million?
Yeah, Habibi, hold on.
If I put your last 15 years together, it's not 700 million.
Yeah, Habibi, it's not that. It's not about the money, but it's relative to the league. It's relative. When Inter, it only goes also for the manager. It only goes for the manager. Sometimes when your club is so bad, you can't attract big managers and big names. So you need to sign the stepping stone. You want an Arsenal being 5th. They can't go to the top players and tell them, come to my club. Players won't accept it because they have better offers from bigger clubs that are on to win Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. That is what happened. And sometimes you'll have to accept where you are. You'll have to accept that I'm going to sign a stepping stone to get me back to where I'm maybe the top, near the top, and then it's one step at a time. Not every club is Man United and can offer, here comes Casemiro, come, makes 300K a week. Arsenal couldn't do this. The finances didn't allow them to do this. And they didn't have a Jurgen Klopp. Because Jurgen Klopp makes wine out of water. Is that how you say it? Right? Jurgen Klopp got Salah. They gave him Salah. And he's like, okay, Salah. Money.
Okay,
Firmino.
but why didn't we sell Salah at the end of the first season and buy someone who can get
No,
us to a
because
league?
Habibi, Salah broke the record in his first season.
Okay, but that's not the
My
point.
ass.
Okay,
Kill my ass.
no, but you're missing the point. There is no
I
such
am
thing
not
as
missing
sign
the
a player
point.
to get you top 4, and then after that you sign a player to win you a league. The player that you sign, you should have in your mind that 2 years from now are going to be good enough to win a league.
Sometimes they aren't. Sometimes
Even
they
Olu
aren't.
agrees.
No, but
Our
I disagree.
players, the players
I
that we
disagree
signed.
with you. But I
Stop
disagree with
shouting.
you.
Wait. The players that we signed: Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, Mane, Firmino. All the players that we signed were the same players that got us top 4 and won us the league.
So you don't think that
was
Gabriel
both.
Jesus and Zinchenko were successful signings
No,
at that time?
Because if they spent that money on someone that's better, they wouldn't have been talking about striker now. You know,
Yeah,
that the same,
maybe at that
do you
time
know
there
that
was
the same
not a,
summer that the same summer that Isak was signed from Sociedad, they signed Jesus? Same summer, by the way, just so you know.
but that time Isak was not that guy. It's about scouting.
Jesus was not that guy at the time and is
Here
not that
comes.
guy now.
Jesus, yeah, he won the gold medal with Brazil Olympic team, and actually was winning with Man City. He wasn't, by the way.
How
The
I know I
revision
won the debate. He just brought up Olympic medal.
yeah, Habibi, just listen to me. Gabriel Jesus was already an established player for Man City. Isak wasn't. But here we go. I agree with you with one thing. That's called scouting. That's called there's a scouting system. That goes
Kovacic
and
is an
scouts-
established player. Should Arsenal sign him?
Arsenal. He was at Chelsea. They were winning Champions Leagues. They won the Conte. Tuchel.
I'm talking
What are you
about
talking about?
Jesus. Established player with Chelsea, with City. Kovacic is an established player with City.
So
Should
it's a
they sign him?
scouting. I still think that Jesus did his job. The problem is he should have moved on, but he got injured. They should have moved on.
But that's not how Arsenal sign players. Arsenal
Yeah.
don't sign players with the theory of moving them on if they're not good enough. They sign them for the long
That
term.
is
bro.
that is now it's a process thing. You add to the squad time and time again. You sign Jesus,
Yeah, we
right?
just missed my point. Okay,
Yeah, maybe-
you sign
maybe you
someone.
you
Okay,
misunderstood
3 years
my
ago
point,
you're
bro.
Arsenal. 3 years ago you're Arsenal. You sign a player, okay? You
Yes.
sign a player. You want to get top 4 this season, but in your mind, this player will be my leading striker when I win the league 3 years. from now.
No, who says that?
That should be the
disagree.
logic.
No, but
That should be the logic behind every signing.
No, I disagree with you. If Arsenal were fifth in that league and they were 8th and 8th, they can't. If you want to sign a top striker, by the way, I am from the club that I like to sign established players. What I mean, Arsenal today, because they are close to the top, should go and sign Eucharist. Isak from Newcastle, for example. You go and sign the best of the best, Osimhen. But at that time, as fifth, if Arsenal, for example, go and get an established player that already won the league and have way more ambition, right? That player might have said, no, why would I join a fifth club under a new manager? By the way, Arteta at that time had only 2 years or 3 years of experience. 2 years, Olo. Am I wrong? 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Why would, if you go to an established footballer, I can't remember who was there at 2022 when they signed Jesus. I can't remember who were the strikers around the world that were established. You wouldn't go and say, let me give you an example, Osam. Inter won the league with Lukaku. Okay? Lukaku won the league. Lukaku, when Chelsea signed him, do you know what they told him? They told him, we won the Champions League. You're going to come in and be the missing piece. Now, they won the Champions League. We're going to give you that much money. We're going to pay Inter 100 million euros. You're going to be the piece that will win the league. If Arsenal, being fifth, went to Lukaku and offered him 200K, he would have said, no, I have better offers from Chelsea. Why would I join you? If
But
I
you're
have a
using the
team?
Lukaku example only like he's the only
Because
striker
because I remember.
I
that-
gave you the actual example. Isak.
Now,
Isak
was-
from Sociedad is
By
the
the
same
way,
level as
can I give
Jesus
you an-
from City.
Let me tell you, but that is
If
called
they signed
scouting.
Isak, they could have gotten top
I
4 as well.
believe, but that's the whole point. But you don't know how the what's it called?
Yeah, it's tough. We're talking
That's the
hindsight.
point of scouting. You're
Yeah,
missing
yeah,
the
I mean-
point. Before Liverpool got top 4, we signed Mane. We
So they-
signed Wine.
So they
Can I
weren't
talk? Can
gonna
I
be
talk?
able.
You made your
No,
point. You
but
made
you're
your point
missing the
700
point.
times. You made your point 700 times now. Stop making it again for
Yeah.
the 701st time. Okay? Listen. Now listen to understand. Don't just listen to debate me.
I am, but you're not
The
listening.
players that we signed before top 4, like Wijnaldum, like Henderson, like all these players, like Sadio Mane, we signed them thinking that when we challenge 2 years from now, 3 years from now, they're also gonna become good enough to take us over the line. So when we signed Sadio Mane, we didn't expect him to score 20 goals plus in his first season, but we expected him 3 years from now to score 20 goals. You get it? That's the fucking point.
Okay, who were at that time? If in
Isak,
2020,
fucking Isak, I gave you the example.
hold on. Who were at
Isak
that
at
time?
Sociedad.
So we're talking about something else. You're talking about the scouting of Arsenal, and I'm talking about, was Jesus at that time higher in the ranking list than Isak? It's a yes or no
Ya
question.
Hayati, ya Habibi, ya Warde.
Can you answer?
If they signed Isak from Sociedad in that summer, instead of signing Jesus from Man City, they would have gotten.
You
top 4
are
that
talking in
season.
hindsight.
But
You know what the
also,
problem with you? He's talking in hindsight.
They would have gotten top
So-
4
He's
that
talking in
season.
hindsight.
And
We-
in their mind, Isak would have been good enough to win
Yeah,
a league
Habibi,
title
Inta, you
3
are
years
talking
from
in
now.
hindsight.
So
You're talking in hindsight. That is the problem.
I'll jump in now. So yeah, we are talking in hindsight, and hindsight is 2020, right? It's the classic thing to say. The vision is perfect hindsight. But also remember, the Isak thing was actually not just in summer; it was actually in January. He was actually linked in January to come to Arsenal. That's when Arsenal fans were doing the whole looking at his license plate in London and thinking that actually he was gonna come to Arsenal. So it was linked from that point, right? Now, I agree with Husam. I don't believe in the idea of you buy a player and you say in 2 years' time I'm going to discard him and get another player. I think if you're playing basketball where you can trade players, it's easier to do that. When you're spending big sums of money, you're dropping 50 million on Jesus, you're dropping 30 million on Zinchenko. If you're going to do that model, you've got to have an idea that in 2 years' time I can recoup that money back to get a better player, right? I don't think Arsenal and Arteta were thinking that when they brought in Jesus, they were thinking about recouping that money to go and get a better player in 2 years' time. They were hoping that the progression of these players will continue. The reality was that one, Jesus got injured, so we don't know whether he was always going to regress to this level that he's become, where he doesn't score that many goals due to injury, or that's just the player he was. We saw Zinchenko regress from what people thought was a very good left back, and then he got skinned at Anfield, and all of a sudden what people think of him as absolutely tanked since then, right? I don't think Arsenal was signing these players with the idea that we will just keep upgrading. I think what's happened is their levels have dropped, and they've had to buy more players to fill in that gap.
So let me explain to you how
People
it
were
works.
putting Zinchenko on team of the season. Bro.
No, but you guys don't understand. I don't think you guys understood my point. I actually think the point is, at that time, you get Gabriel Jesus, you don't sell him, Olu. Do you know what you do? You upgrade with him being, okay, so you have that works. You had Nketiah, yes. I mean, you get Jesus, you get to top 4. Now you get a better player to Jesus to challenge Jesus.
Competition, yeah.
You get my point. And you keep, and then you discard the one that was behind Jesus. You get my point. That's how you build a team that is great. You get my point. That is how you build a team that wins the league. Where you have the first choice and the second choice are very comparable and compatible that you can rotate in the Champions League and the league. So you get Jesus at that time, you build them up, you go second the year after. Do you know who was supposed to be that signing? What Husam said. Kai Havertz. He was supposed to be. Now Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus are going to challenge each other. But he didn't. That's what people don't understand. But hold on. I have to say something. Husam is 100% right. I actually agree with him. There is the more successful clubs now where they go and sign the best scout, which is the Edwards and they're like, you want, what's his name, Brent? No, you don't know. Club, sit on the floor. We know better than you. This guy is going to come in and actually win you the league and the Champions League in 2-3 years. You want Maguire? Sit on the floor. We'll get you Van Dijk. He's better than him. And within 2-3 years. Sam, that is the level that Arsenal don't have. Are Arsenal at fault? Yes. But you're 100% right. That is the ultimate. Your model is the ultimate model. The Firmino thing. Nobody wanted Firmino. Firmino was.
Or you can do what Olu said.
Hoffenheim.
If you just want to get top 4, sign a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, 23-year-old.
They wouldn't get top 4.
No, but they might have. Get
Arsenal
top 4, and then 2 years from then, sell them. Make profit
But
at least.
I do want that. I want my model to
but if you sell them and make profit, then you can go buy the world-class talent. That's the logic.
My point was sign Jesus.
The problem is they didn't either. They
That's
do
the problem.
either
They didn't
or, and they
count
did neither.
correct, and they kept Jesus and they signed the shitter player in Kai Havertz. That is the problem. We
That's the
sit
thing.
here because let me give you an example. Arsenal signed Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey was good. He got to a point, second position, and then they went and dropped 100 million in the one that it's either gonna compete with Partey or actually replace Partey and be better than Partey. Partey was a very good piece from Atletico Madrid. You get my point? Now you go and sign a better player than Partey and let them compete. That's what Man City did. You know, they signed Stones. They won a league. They lost the league. Diaz, the best player,
Okay.
the best
Yeah,
defender.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Kante,
The
blah, blah, blah.
problem with this,
Ronaldinho and
so I agree with Husam on this. The ultimate thing is to do what fucking Liverpool did. You scout the right way. That's number one. Arsenal didn't neither.
By
as
the
you
way,
said.
Mane played for Southampton. Van Dijk played for
So
Southampton.
you,
Salah
but
played
the
for Roma.
scouting is bad. So I agree
So
with you.
even
I
the
think
examples that you use with Lukaku, I get your logic, but I'm not asking them to sign Lukaku. I'm asking at least sign the player that's going to be the next up.
I actually think that you were more right than me in this argument. You're actually more right than me in terms of like the ultimate solution is to scout better.
The chat thinks the same thing on the poll as well.
And also,
So here is the thing. Sam wants Arsenal to be the ultimate model club when you scout the best.
No. I'm not saying be the ultimate model club. I'm saying either do it this way or do it what Olu described, which is sign these 22, 23-year-olds and then make profit when they're 26 and then use that profit to go sign world-class talent. Okay, it makes sense. But the problem with Arsenal is they did neither. The whole, we signed Jesus and Zinchenko to get top 4. That's the total bullshit. Because when you sign a player...
They win second, Husam, not top 4. They win
No,
second.
when you sign a football player, the concept isn't what's only he going to do in the short term. Also what he's going to do long term matters. Meaning, when we signed like, okay, let's use a different club as an example. When Manchester City signed Ake or Akanji, the examples you just mentioned, they didn't sign them just caring about winning the league this season. They think that Ake and Akanji are going to get better, and this guy can play left back and he's technical and he's good. Akanji is very physical, very good in the air, very good with the ball, and he's going to be good for the next 4 or 5 years, and we're going to dominate for 4 or 5 years. So when Arsenal sign a player, they can't have just a short-term target and that's it. In their mind, they're thinking, okay, Jesus could score 18, 19 goals 3 seasons from now and we could win the league. That's the whole point of signing a player.
The problem with Arsenal today... go ahead, Olo, go ahead.
I was going to add something actually. Hussein said something that was very interesting about right at the start when you talked about how Arsenal fans are now talking about the Cronkies. And again, this is something I'm going to bring back from a while back. I always said, Mo, you know there's problems in the club when you start talking about not the team anymore, but either the people that own the club or the directors. Teams which are running well, you never hear. So listen, Husam, I know you don't like FSG. And you've been strong on that. But the reality is that a lot of Liverpool fans this season have not mentioned FSG right until the window, right? But FSG wasn't a problem for most fans because you're doing well. The sign of a good club is when you hear nothing about the directors. And you've noticed now, Arsenal we're talking about Cronkies, Chelsea they're talking about it was Stanley and whatever his name and Claire Lake. Man United are talking about Ineos this, Ineos that.
I think if I didn't have a YouTube channel, people wouldn't even like know who the fuck FSG are.
Olo had said that 2 years ago. He said, "We will know that Arsenal are bad once you."
The only like Liverpool like Liverpool content creator I can think of that speaks about FSG is Craig, of course, Anfield Agenda. He's a much bigger channel than me. But like the truth of the matter is, I keep going on about it because I don't want Slot to get the blame, just like Klopp got the blame last season. I already know the reason why. And that's my point. Also, here's the problem with FSG. FSG got us to the mountaintop and then they pushed us off it. You get the issue? Like there's getting to the top and then there's staying at the top. Mo knows exactly what I'm saying because Inter won 3 league titles in a row, remember?
5.
Mancini. Yeah, but
Mancini, right?
2 with Mourinho and 3 with Mancini.
3 with Mancini. Yeah, that's what I'm. No, but I just said that 3 peat with Mancini.
And we absolutely upgraded, bro. That would we
kept renewing talent. Why?
And then we won the Champions League.
That's the point I'm saying. Stayed at the top. The problem with FSG is they didn't keep us at the top because when Mbappe did an interview saying Liverpool are a machine, they're unbelievable to watch. We signed Sepp van den Berg and Harvey Elliott. That's what we fucking do.
Same happened to us. We won the triple in 2010. The owners were content. They kept Maicon, Schneider, Milito, 32 years old, Eto, 32 years old on a massive wage, Lucio, Walter Samuel. And I'm like, we just want fucking dribble. Keep us at the top. They're like, no. We'll increase the wages of these players and not renew the team. And we ended up being no Champions League for 6 years.
Signed
Liverpool
Freddie
won the
Guarin
league.
and shit.
Liverpool won the league. They could have dominated, and instead,
Yeah. But by the way,
And
fact,
I-
if the year we won the league, we went and signed like 4 or 5 amazing signings, we would have 100%. We would have had at least one more league title, at least one more
Yeah.
Champions League.
Husam,
100%.
let's be real.
but
let's be real.
I have to.
It's
But
always-
I want to
no,
bring it back,
before
Olo. I want to
jumping.
bring it back.
Before we go back,
ahead.
I just want something. Let's be real though. Those titles that Inter won is fugazi because they kicked out Juventus. If Juventus was still there, it'd have been 0
They
titles.
didn't kick out Juventus. Juventus cheated.
It
No,
doesn't
Juventus
matter.
bribed the fucking
It
referees,
doesn't-
bro.
it
Just
doesn't-
what the fuck?
I remember.
I
it.
have to say
remember
that
it.
Juventus have asterisks along all these titles from 90s and the 2000s,
I
and you know.
am adding asterisk to your titles as well because it makes me feel
Why? We literally won with 100
AC
points. But
Milan was still in the league, by the way.
Yeah, true.
I want to bring it back.
Mm.
And by the way, they had a phenomenal team. They had Pirlo, Gattuso, and Bruce. Bro, they had a
They even had
amazing
R9
team.
and Beckham in the team at some point.
They
Bro,
were,
they
they were
had-
old. They were old. They were old. They were.
But I wanna
Alexander
bring it
Pato?
back.
Was Pato old, mate?
He was almost broken at that time, man.
Oh,
They
there you go.
they actually won the league with Pato, Robinho, and Ibrahimovic up top.
Mm.
That one league
Anyways.
title with Allegri. But I want to bring it back to Arsenal and Arteta thing. That conversation, I actually changed my mind a little bit about Arsenal and Arteta once he schooled Pep in the 5-1. However, the problem with that is that was short-sighted again. I'm like, is this guy good and can win Arsenal the league? Or it's a matter of he's good in that game, he can coach a game here and there, but in the long term, he can't give the mentality of the club. Or the third option is he's being let down by not having a striker, by not having enough depth. He's being let down by playing a 18 years old at the right wing. Is he being let down or he's actually not good? But okay, tell me honest, it has to be one or the other. Is he good and he's being let down, or he's not good?
So no, you're backing me to a corner now, and I can't give you that answer.
Oh, you have
because-
to.
Okay, the reason why I can't. Okay, if I was going to pick out of those two scenarios, then I'll explain what I think the reality is. After is, I'll say he's good, but he's been let down. Right now,
Okay.
the reason why I'll say that is because we have seen him go on winning runs with a team. Right, this pretty much almost the same team as last year.
Maresca went on a winning run, Dad.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about consistently being first, second, third place, right? From three, if you look from 2-3 years ago, the average position will probably be second or third, maybe even first, because we were first for so long in the first season that he finished second, right? So actually, in terms of putting Arsenal in a position where Arsenal can compete, he actually puts Arsenal there, right? Objectively, and if you take the banter away, we look objectively. You say Arteta as a manager can get a bunch of players who some people don't even rate to be at a level, right? The problem is that there are just certain games where he makes mistakes that I'm just baffled by. Like again, Aston Villa game drops. Havertz has been playing so well up front, drops him in midfield for no reason, right? Makes zero sense. There's games this season, for example, when we went to Bournemouth, we played 3 defensive midfielders, put an attacking player there. Like the problem is not that he's good, if he's good or not. The problem is that he makes too many crucial mistakes at the worst times. And the best managers in the world don't make those mistakes. Actually, no, I lie, because Pep has made those mistakes as well. And I'm not comparing him to Pep for anyone who thinks I'm making a comparison. I'm just saying people do make mistakes. But he seems to make that mistake more often than other managers does, right? And that's why if this season we finish second, that's 3 seasons finishing second. That's actually, in terms of a new manager, that's crazy. But in terms of what he should be achieving, especially with being first and last season losing the league by a swing of 1 game, that's bad, right? That is actually, when you look objectively, you go, why can't you do it? Why can't you just go over the line? And that goes past just being let down by people, because in the end, you have made those mistakes as well. If we didn't lose that game to Aston Villa last season, we would have won the league. That is insane. And that came from the fact that he made a mistake in the lineup that he picked. So that's why I don't want to say like they're letting him down or he's not that good a manager, because I'm sorry, you don't finish second 3 times. Not many managers do that. He's doing it. So objectively, he's good. The problem is that he's not winning. And that is where everyone can have the criticism about him.
So the thing that Paul said, which is like get something that gets you over the line, instead of applying it for transfers, apply it to the man himself.
Yeah.
Let me do this.
Always start fucking.
Yeah. Arsenal not serious club. Kroenke's and Arteta out. The problem is, I am seeing a lot of people now being Arteta out more than before, and I'm gonna keep saying this. The first nail is when the fans in the stadium start turning on Arteta. That's when the Kroenkes are gonna say, "Well, it's the end of the line, pal. You're out of here." AMT embarrassed is nothing more like humiliation. I agree with you. That is the Arsenal game. The Arsenal game against Newcastle. Yes. Mookie saying, as per usual, great show, Mo and Husam, and big up Olu. Does he have a channel exclusively on MHF and Judge Mo? If so, can we have a link? You never walk alone. Exclusively Judge Mo, Don Husam, and MHF.
If you want to see me, come here. I don't have a channel. I don't plan to have one. I like talking with my brothers as opposed to doing one by myself.
Arteta built the squad, neglected the front line for years, so they got overworked, now injured. Arteta not good enough. The ownership is not ambitious. This is absolutely crazy conversation now that I've not seen from a lot of people before, that people are saying that Arteta is culprit in all of this because of the front line. Not a lot of people, and I'm not going to say you, Cal, were saying that Martin, that Havertz should be the starting striker and anyone else
Joker is on the bench for Kai Havertz.
Has his earn on the stream.
Has to be the worst take in history of YouTube.
Martin. Can spend money for Dubai, but can't for an attacker. Yeah, that is absolutely true.
Hey, that Nusrat bill is going to be very expensive. Just so you know.
Yeah. That steak, by the way, that steak is too expensive. You can buy a player for that. A club with Alisson, Van Dijk, Salah, Trent, and Mane could only beat Pep once. How does Arteta stand a chance?
Here we go.
He ain't good enough. Arteta has not proven he can win anything with the squad he built. Sam.
Here we go. In August, this was not his energy. In August, he would say more Arsenal players start for Liverpool than vice versa. He wouldn't say this to begin with.
Is that true?
And the second thing is, Cal wasn't saying this in the summer because we know Cal's corner.
Wait, hold on. Is that true though? Did Klopp only beat him once?
No, not beat him as in 90 minutes.
Okay, sorry. I was thinking, I'm pretty sure Liverpool won more games against Man City, especially at Anfield. You always used to beat them at Anfield. Sorry, that bugged me out for a second.
Martin actually responded and said that is that when he scored 14 goals and had 16 assists. So short-sighted then, so you weren't watching what he was doing on the pitch, and you knew that maybe. But to be honest with you, I hear what he's saying, but you always ask for upgrades. Always. 14 goals and 16 assists might have not been enough. And this season,
it was 14. It was 14 goals and assists. It wasn't.
I thought it was 14 goals and 16 assists.
No, 14 goals in 16 games.
Oh, okay. 8th twice, then 5th, novice manager at the time. How can we get a world-class players? That is a joke.
I never said get world-class players. I never ever said that. I said get players that could become world-class 2 years from now.
He already responded to this. He said Salah and Mane were never world-class. Van Dijk was not world-class.
Yeah, Mane was at Southampton, bro.
Can I be shameless? A novice manager in Pep brought in Ibrahimovic to Barcelona. I'm just saying.
A novice what? He's a triple winner manager. Have some shame in the corner.
Pep at the time.
He said Ibrahimovic to Barcelona.
Guys, Pep won the triple before he brought Ibrahimovic in.
No, did he?
No, that was before.
Yes. Come on. Pep won the triple in 2000. Pep won the 6-2 in 2009, and then he brought Ibrahimovic in 2009-2010 season.
Yeah, because Etu did a
Etu did win the triple. Etu back-to-back triple.
He
won the triple.
My timelines was wrong. Okay, you're
timeline.
Yeah, you're right.
He's the only player to ever won back-to-back trebles. Legend.
True.
Sam is right. Arsenal scouting is crap. It's not even about Jesus. It's about Nketiah, Nelson, salaries, Havertz, Vieira, Marquinhos, Lokonga. What's that left back?
يعني Mo, you look at this list مثلا.
Tavares.
So when Arsenal bought طب tell me the plan when Arsenal bought Lukonga مثلا. He's gonna be amazing 300 years from now يعني. What the fuck's the plan? Yeah.
By the way, Lukonga joined Liverpool under Klopp, he would have been better than Arsenal. People have to accept that. So do we keep going until we have the perfect team and every decision goes in our favor before we can judge Arteta? Fuck me, bro. The time for context is over. Broski,
Sean Cooking.
you know what? Mo said a couple of days ago, a year ago, I kept asking the same fucking question. What is the threshold? And people say, Mo, you have an agenda against us. You remember me of them? Over a year ago, what is the threshold? What is the threshold? That question has to be asked. That question has to be asked. Absolutely. AMT to the Cronkies, Arteta in the microphone. I said that. And tinfoil hat. I'm going to get my tinfoil hat and say conspiracy theory. Arteta literally called out the Cronkies with them knowing. But listen, people. I think that's enough.
Conspiracy. Look
Unless-
at Sraida's had enough of you. You can tell.
Why is Marmoushi such crap?
She just
No.
mentioned an Egyptian player just like
Why? Saraida, stop being
Mm.
fraudulent, Saraida. Stop being fraudulent.
Listen.
I love Saraida's energy. Sue, honestly, you make me laugh.
All I'm saying is that a lot of people were talking Mamouche like they've been watching. What team did he play for again? Frankfurt play 18 games this season. Now they're calling him Mamouche Mello. I'm just saying.
Can I give unpopular opinion? If Marmoush signed for Liverpool, he would have had GA already. Just so you fucking know, by the way. I hope you guys know this, just so you know. Had he been our left winger, one passing behind from Salah, he would have had his first one-on-one scored. Just so you know. Look at Martin Marmoush fraud watch, but you wanted Havertz starting and Jokeres on the bench, mate. That's
Martin.
the worst take in YouTube history. It is the worst take in YouTube history. Imagine thinking Havertz will start and fucking Jokeres on the bench.
You know what? After seeing the way Man City played today, because I know we didn't talk with them, I'm now saying that 5-1 victory actually is disgraceful. We should have won at least 7 or 8-1. I'm not disappointed because when you think about it logically, everyone is
I don't want to cook City.
everyone.
I hope you know.
I know that, but everyone is popping Man City left, right, and center.
But do you know why we need them?
Why do we need them?
To beat Madrid.
I don't know.
Listen, Olu, I know, but think long term. I don't want fucking Madrid in this competition. Fuck all that. Let's go City. This Tuesday, I will take shower after Adi, but I'm supporting City. I'm fucking had enough of Real Madrid.
No,
Let me tell you, Olu, based on experience, you don't want Mbappe and Vinicius running at you. I swear you don't.
I know, but I don't need to hear Hamza gloating.
But they're gonna get eliminated anyway. If you
I
draw
know,
them, they're
but
out. If we draw them, they're out. Don't worry about them.
Don't
They're
wanna
gonna go
hear the-
out, but we need them to do one last job before they get out.
Husam, you know, Hamza will just give us a history lesson about Brazil in 1970, and we're like, none of us were there.
I'll survive Hamza for 2 hours, Adi. I'd rather survive Hamza for 2 hours than fucking Madrid for 2 hours. I'll be
I
honest
know,
with you.
but there's a part of seeing how bad Man City can be this season that is just funny and funny each time. So.
But if they're already bad beyond belief,
that is true.
forget it.
I was angry at Mo for asking what is the threshold for Arteta last season. I was angry at him for defending Arteta. I was wrong. I still think that Arteta is a good coach, by the way.
He's a good coach.
He's a good coach. You can't. No one will convince me that Arteta is a bad coach. No one. Is he a... Listen, but maybe Arteta is as good coach as Glasner. Or as...
Relax.
What's his name?
Relax.
Or as Marco Silva. Maybe he's as good as... Marco Silva is a good coach. Deserve is a good coach. Maybe he's as good as these guys. By the way, me saying a coach is good, it doesn't mean Mauricio Sarri is good coach.
Relax. See,
Coach Mauricio Sarri.
This is where I have to defend Arteta, right? This is the
Okay, so hold on. You think his...
You've spent the last hour criticizing Arteta, now you want to defend him.
No, hold on. I want people in the chat. I'm going to do ranking. Number 1 is Pep Guardiola.
Mm-hmm.
Rank number 1. Ancelotti, 1. I think 2, right? In my opinion, is Jurgen Klopp, right? Maybe. Why not? What are you saying?
Okay, I'm going to
Hansi
say no.
Flick. I'm going to say Hansi Flick, Jurgen Klopp. Is
Klopp
a
is
number
the number
2.
1. Klopp is the number 1. You don't.
Maybe.
You don't,
Okay. Maybe.
no,
Maybe.
No, let me argue
I
this.
wouldn't argue. I wouldn't argue. I
You
wouldn't argue
don't
back.
finish 99 points, 1 point behind the Centurions. You don't push Man City to goal difference to win the league on goal difference. You don't win a Champions League. You don't win a league and then be classed as number 2. Just like we have to contextify what Klopp did and how far away from Man City. Listen, I'll finish this. Man City never finished ahead of Klopp. It's Liverpool with a distance the same way Liverpool finished above Man City.
It's a great game.
Right?
It's a great game.
He never did that.
Listen, it's Saturday evening. No one has work tomorrow.
So,
okay? Class 1, Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Ancelotti in the world currently. Class 2, Hansi Flick.
Slot.
No, not yet. You can't choose Slot. It's like 2. It's
not
good,
yet.
but
Too early. Too early.
Yeah, too early. But I'm gonna say Simeone.
Right? Wait. Start over. So you're doing tier list basically.
Tier list. Klopp, Pep,
and Ancelotti same tier.
Tier 1.
Okay.
You can argue who's better, who's not, but tier 1.
But they're in the same tier. Tier 2 is
Hansi Flick.
Okay.
Antonio Conte, in my opinion, in the world right now. Diego Simeone, in my opinion, in the world. Diego Simeone. Who? Thomas Tuchel? No, maybe not. But he won a Champions League. Not for you.
Not for me. I'd rather have Arteta over Tuchel.
Okay, but Arteta's not with these guys, right? He's not the same level. Or do you think Arteta's tier 2?
Tuchel, with all due respect, you can't.
So خلاص, remove Tuchel. Tier 3, Inzaghi, Xabi Alonso.
Why are you tier 3 already?
خلاص, there is not who's in this level of these guys? Tell me who's Hansi Flick, Simeone, and Conte. Conte, you have to jump the tiers.
Wait, who's the third name you said? Flick, Conte, and who?
Flick, Conte, and Simeone. You can't say that you have to jump tiers once you can't find anyone that is in the same level. Who is in the same level?
Okay, Juve is
guys. Mourinho now is out of it. Mourinho is out. So stop.
Liverpool is
out.
Arsenal is Arteta. Spurs is Ainge. Chelsea
in the
is
world.
Conte.
My set. Conte. Hansi
Flick.
You're
correct. That's tier 2. Correct, because there's no one like
Flick. There's no one like them. Hansi Flick, Conte, Simeone.
Tier 3 slot. Tier 3 slot.
Inzaghi.
Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso, in my opinion.
Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique, you have to respect. Luis Enrique, yes.
I actually don't think that Luis Enrique is that good of a coach, in my opinion.
I don't. Again, another person's born.
I have a reason for it. He only, in my opinion, he only succeeded, right, when he had Neymar, Messi, and Suarez. But when he went to Roma, he completely failed. I think he went to other team, he failed completely. Yeah. Like he had failures when he tried to take that brand of football without the same players, so he failed.
But Unai Emery.
But wait, but didn't
Unai Emery tier 3?
I'm asking.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Listen, I've got a personal beef with Unai Emery, so let's not even mention his name. So,
and in my opinion, in the world, I would say Xavi Hernandez maybe winning the league with Barcelona. By the way, winning the league with Barcelona, I would say Xavi Hernandez.
He's the one that got Yamal through as well, and he's the one.
Yes, I believe that Xavi Hernandez is not bad.
So it's like Gary Neville.
But forget that. But he was at Roma after Barcelona or before Barcelona? After Barcelona. Let me check. After Barcelona, guys.
After red line. Don't be like.
So, in my opinion, that's tier 2 at the current moment in the world. I would say Slot. Tier 3, Slot, Inzaghi, Xabi Alonso, and I would say maybe Xavi Hernandez. That's tier 3.
Not in that tier.
Comes the conversation now. Is Arteta with these people or he's below them? That's a question for the chat. Yes or no, people? Is Arteta in the same tier as Inzaghi, Xabi Alonso, and Xavi Hernandez? Is Arteta in the same tier? And the current moment,
I would say
you guys people have to decide.
I'll say yes.
Yes, you think yes?
I say yes. I say any other team outside Arsenal, I think if he performed the way he is right now, I think he would have won something.
That's just you're assuming, bro. You're assuming. That's an
of course,
assumption.
but that's an assumption.
With
because
who?
Could
Tell me with
Arteta have
who?
won the league title with Bayer Leverkusen? No. Could Arteta have won the league with Feyenoord? No. Could he have won the league with Inter? Yes.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
Yes.
PSG,
So the
PSG,
reason why
yeah.
he's in there is Inzaghi, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think so. He wouldn't have played. He wouldn't have reached the Champions League final in his second season. He would not
But
have won. He might not
Serie
have
A,
won.
which is the
He might
point.
not have won Serie A. You're assuming. I don't think he would have worked with.
Yeah, but this whole conversation
Wait.
is assumption, Habibi.
Yeah. The whole thing's I just
The whole
think,
fucking convo is assumption.
I think that listen, again, we have to take a step back and look through history what happened. The way he was able to transform the club makes me think that there is someone in there that understands one, how to create a winning culture. Say winning culture.
Is De Zerbi in the
somewhat-
same level then as Arteta? If De
No,
Zerbi is given,
no, now you're
hold on,
taking it
hold on.
next level.
So, hold on. I'm asking the question: if De Zerbi took over Arsenal and was given this amount of funds and this power to sign players and do that, would he have taken Arsenal to challenge? It's a yes or no question. If De Zerbi was given the funds, the power, the time to work with Arsenal for 5 years, would he have won with Arsenal or would he have reached the top? It's a question. It's a question.
I don't know if they've won because I don't know if the investments would have been given to him. And I
I
don't
know
think
about that, to be honest.
and I don't think and also you got me
I
saying-
don't know. I don't know the answer to this, but
You
it's a
don't-
very interesting thing.
But here's the thing,
Wait.
more. I know this triggers Olu, but let's
Mhm.
use Unai Emery as an example. I'll give you the honest answer to Unai Emery. If I'm the owner of 14 Premier League clubs or Spurs because they're dog shit, so let's say if I'm the owner of 15 Premier League clubs, I choose Unai Emery over Arteta. If I'm the owner of the other big 5, I'm choosing Arteta over Emery. And because Emery has failed at the 2 big jobs he has. Some managers, whether we like it or not, are good at managing clubs with way less expectations and
Mhm.
way less ambitions. Perfect example, Brendan Rodgers, Unai Emery. Multiple different examples I can bring you to the table, by the way. Multiple different examples I can bring you to the table. Iraola as an example. I rate Iraola highly. I think Iraola is the next big thing to come out of the non-top 6 sides.
I have a better example.
Iraola could easily go to Chelsea and fail. Iraola could easily go to AC Milan and fail.
There's a
could.
pressure.
I have a
Because of
better
him.
example. I have a
And-
better example, and Husam would love this example because he agrees with him. Gasperini,
That's
best coach for a mid-table club,
Mhm.
the best coach.
Exactly.
He would absolutely cook with the likes of Lazio, Atalanta, Fiorentina. He would
Yes,
cook with them.
Roman.
He would win them the cups. He would reach a final here.
He went to
won
Inter, got
Europa
sacked
League.
5 games.
That's 5 games done. He's out. Couldn't
And let me
handle the
ask-
pressure out. Nobody waited for him.
Let me add another thing to this, right? And I'll use the Emery example. The spotlight was shining on him in terms of when it was at Arsenal, right? In comparison to Aston Villa. And do you remember after every single
It's Pochettino in the same tier as Arteta.
let me finish my points. He probably is. But anyways, I'll finish my point. And do you remember every time Arsenal would lose or draw, all you see trending was good evening, right? And he would have all these questions asked in the press conference and would give sort of waffled answers. He didn't seem to be able to handle the press. It's not just about the X and O's in terms of putting tactics on a board and getting the players on the pitch. It's everything that comes with the job of you got to manage the press. Look at Ten Hag. Ten Hag looked like an absolute useless manager when he came to handling the press. You've seen Amorim right now struggling to handle the press at United, right? When you're in those big 5, big 6 clubs, big 5, I'll take Spurs out of that because I don't think anyone really cares that much. There is a pressure that comes with not just managing your team, it's managing everything that comes with the fact that you're at that club. It's the fact that you walk down the halls and people are looking at you as the inspiration. And someone like Emery, I think at the time, could not manage that at Arsenal. He couldn't manage that at PSG. But Aston Villa, where the spotlight isn't as big, is perfect for him. And I think he's going to be one of those managers where going to be great in, like you said, in those mid-table clubs, the Villarreals, the sort of Aston Villas. Okay, maybe Aston Villa is not a mid-table club, so I don't want to offend any Aston Villa fans. But when you say, I would listen, if my United job came tomorrow, Emery would be the worst manager to manage him because I think that pressure will be way too big for him. And I think that's just the reality of someone like him. And there's many managers like that. So, and that's why I would always put Arteta over him, because it's not just about winning games and winning titles, which actually, no, I take that back. It is about winning titles. But in those big clubs, it's more about managing the club than just winning a title. If that makes sense.
I have to say, Redlan and Taranga, you're absolutely right. We're both frauds. He actually managed Roma right before Barcelona.
That's a lie,
Yes.
because he managed Celta Vigo before Barcelona.
And Roma
Ooh.
before Celta Vigo.
No, but that wasn't the
Ooh.
point. We asked who managed before Barcelona. The answer was Celta Vigo, so we are both
So
wrong.
he failed. But again, I am, to be honest with you, he won at Barcelona because of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, not because of him as a good manager.
Yeah, but the Champions League was only him and Pep, so no one else did it.
What do you mean?
The Champions League at Barcelona with like with Messi, it was just him and Pep. No one else did it.
Didn't he fail in the other 3 seasons with Barcelona? He won it only
No,
once.
he went to manage Spain.
But I agree. He
No,
went to
you're
Manchester
okay,
City.
but no, yani, he's not just he won because of Messi. My others were there with Messi and didn't win.
Yeah, I was going to say he won a treble with that team, and then the next season he was gone, and they couldn't win a treble because Neymar left after that season.
Yeah, that's when Neymar did the PSG thing.
Yeah.
This is why Arteta is a microphone to me, because he knows how to handle the press. I think actually Arteta says what they tell him to say, or they agree to each other. They agree with each other.
He has, bro. Whenever Unai Emery, okay, forget Emery because I don't want Olu angry because he's been. Tell you, Brendan Rodgers, as a Liverpool fans in the chat will relate. Every time he spoke in the press conference, my eardrums wanted to explode from raging. He comes out after every loss and like, we showed great character. Shut the fuck up, you fraud. What the fuck you mean we showed the great character? We just fucking lost.
I hate this manager.
We just lost 3-0 to West Bromwich Albion. Zoltan Gerrard looks like Ronaldinho, and you're gonna tell me about fucking character. Shut your ass up. So that's the thing when big managers come and talk. One thing Mo will tell you about me is I'm consistent. I have no problem with a manager of a big club being absolutely a shameless fraud and blaming the weather, blaming the ball, I love that shit. Why? Because it takes all the pressure away from the players, and that's the fucking point of being a big club manager. The best at it was Mourinho. Klopp did it, where he blamed that. Ferguson did it. Pep did it. Like, it's beautiful to see. I don't want a manager to come out and go like, oh my God, the reason why we lost today is because we're fucking shit. I don't want him to say that. Like, I want him to blame everything else. So Emery was like, oh, today he was not good enough. Like, it's just, he doesn't have the character, the persona.
I like these guys. Antonio Conte, every time he loses, he says, we're fucking losers. We have to be better. I'm a loser. The players are losers. The club are losers. We have to do better. I like these coaches. Like, I'm different than you.
No,
are you comparing Conte's charisma and personality to fucking Brendan Rodgers?
No, but I like the coaches that say we're shit. I don't like the good character. Antonio Conte never.
Yeah, maybe there is 3 styles. There is the Conte, and then there is the club, and then there is the in the middle. In the middle doesn't work at a big club.
I don't think I have seen Antonio Conte ever lose a game and come and said we played well or we had good character. There are positives.
Yeah, but
every game he lost is like,
that's the fucking problem.
But that's his personality.
I remember Antonio Conte at Inter. We would draw a game for a player's error, and we say we're not good enough. This is not good. We need to do better. Bro, your player just shut the bed.
Oh, by the way, also, when we're talking about a tier list, what do we put Zidane?
Zidane is tier 1. Stop it.
Can I be controversial? No, I'm not going to say not tonight. Not tonight.
It's very good. It's very good. He won the league once. He won the league twice, and he won 4 Champions Leagues. Fuck it.
He's the only manager to win 5 trophies at Madrid in the same year.
I'll leave my controversial.
Bro, is elite. And don't tell me he has Cristiano. He wanted to.
Look. Abdi has had enough. He's had the fucking laugh. Look. Abdi has right there.
Yeah. The players give everything today. They give all the energy on the pitch. Fuck the energy. What is the win?
You know who actually is a little bit like Conte when it comes to that? Even Liverpool fans will tell you, Slot.
Really? He's never like positive after a loss.
Slot said Szoboszlai should get more GA. Slot says we didn't play good today. We're shit, basically. Slot is the one Slot cusses individuals publicly. Like, he don't give a fuck. He has that Dutch style. It's more like Cruyff-esque type of aura where he just insults everyone publicly. He don't give a fuck. And it's beautiful.
I hear this. I hate them. I hate them, bro. Oh, we played good today.
Yeah, but
we showed
that's
the
what
energy.
Emery
Fuck
is,
this, bro.
Mo.
Fuck this,
That's
fuck
what
this,
Brendan
bro.
Rodgers is. He's gonna
Yeah.
come out when you lose and go like, "We tried and we." Maresca did that today. That's why Abdi has lost his mind. You get me? That's
Even listen, even Arteta. Oh, you're muted. Even Arteta himself
Not
has
muted.
said things about the team not playing well and saying that the other team played better than us. We didn't.
Arteta, are
Oh,
you mad?
see, you know what?
Arteta's the ultimate cry boy in the media about
promise-
referees and shit
I
like this.
promise you. I promise you. I
Are
promise
you
you.
mad? Arteta, cry baby. Oh, the referee today, we should have been this. By the way, our player got, it should have gotten a red card. We shouldn't have gotten this. Bro.
I promise you this. And this is why I know people don't actually read. People read the headlines, they don't read the content. If you actually go and read a lot of what he says, when Arsenal lose, he always says, we didn't play well. If you go any losses we've had, go and watch it. It's only the controversial ones, like the Newcastle ones, where he's actually come out and said certain things. But he's actually loads of time says, we don't play well. He says that a lot. But I was going to say, a great example of a manager totally deflecting how bad his team played was, there's a game that Man United played and they wore this grey kit, and he said they had to change at halftime. I think they lost the game. They had to change at halftime because the players couldn't see themselves properly.
But who's the cringiest manager in the world? The ultimate, in my opinion, when he handles the media, sore loser, doesn't give answers, doesn't want to talk.
Was very cringy.
No, we know he is. We know he is. He manages Spurs right now.
Not really.
Looking
down. And it's quite cringy. I can't lie.
I think the guy that I when I watch his press conferences when he loses is funny. It's Pep Guardiola. Does weird things, does strange things, bro. Answers the wrong question. Like you ask him a question, he does the different answer. Deflect.
Okay, Mo, here's the point. Let's just make the point here, okay? You have two styles. The Conte style, which is insult everything. And then you have the other style, which is
Mourinho.
Klopp, Arteta, whoever, which is... Mourinho is on the same as Conte. I'm saying the other style, which is Klopp, Arteta, whoever, blame the wind, blame the ball, blame the referee. And then you have the in the middle. In the middle is the annoying. Emery, Brendan Rodgers, like, oh, we tried.
Ange Postecoglou.
Maresca. That's the annoying.
Maresca's turning into this annoying guy as well. It's just kind of strange, to be honest.
Yeah. But Ange for me, he's the one right now because he just looks. You know when you look at someone and go, how can guys play for you? How can you lead those guys into quote unquote battle? When
did you see what's his name out him?
They ask him a question and he looks on the ground. What are you doing?
Did you see Eric Dyer out him in the interview when he said we never coach tactics? He outed him.
Do you know
he outed the guy. He said we never coach tactics.
Do you know who used to do that as well? Arsene Wenger. He never used to coach tactics, but his team was that good. He didn't have to. Sorry, Ange, you're not Arsene Wenger.
Jenny, why are you saying that? I didn't say anything about Barcelona this show. Who do you think I hate more, Man United or Barcelona? Forget Juventus. Who do you think I hate more? I hate Barcelona more.
Chelsea. I thought you hate Chelsea the most.
I never hated Chelsea actually in my life. I never hated anyone in the Premier League other than Man United, to be honest. I dislike Man United. It's just
for some reason I thought you hate Chelsea because of the money thing.
No, I never did.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's Man City. I know you don't like Man City because they keep winning and
no, but I don't dislike Man City. I just don't like that they're winning all the time. But that's the whole point. But I genuinely don't like Barcelona. I dislike them, bro.
Why don't you like Barcelona? What they done to you?
Anyway, we're not gonna go there, but fine. They haven't done anything to me, actually. I actually ruined their lives in 2010. Ruined their lives. I ruined their life 2 seasons ago when I just won against them and
For anyone who's too young to
bro, I pushed Barcelona to Europa League, bro. Just
forget that. For anyone who's too young to have watched that 2010 game, and we talk about how great Mourinho is, that game is a masterclass of how to manage a game when you have the circumstances changes against you. Inter Milan went out to 10 men, and Mourinho said, basically, when we have the ball, kick it to the goalkeeper. Don't play around with us. Let them start all the way from the other half, because basically at that time Barcelona always wanted to win the ball in your own half, and he was the best.
The problem is they had a lot of
Critical-
They had a lot of rats though. They had a lot of rats, but anyway, they
Oh.
had rats.
That game for me is the best coach game I've ever seen in terms of how dominant Barcelona were and how
Yeah.
Mourinho just went with Inter and said, "I'm going to spoil."
The ultimate rat is Jordi Alba, Dani Alves, Busquets. These are rats. Victor Valdez. Rats, bro. Just rats. Wenger was the ultimate OG regarding the press. Wenger. Mourinho's the
I didn't see
OG.
it.
The GOAT. The
The
GOAT
go-to
of
in
press.
press conferences is Mourinho, 100%.
It's Mourinho. There is nobody else.
Nah.
But listen, people.
Ferguson. You guys were listening to Fergie. He was brilliant.
It's a
We don't do
fantastic.
Ferguson prop around here. Big up, though.
No. It's a great show, guys. A great show, guys. A fantastic show. Thank you all for being here. Appreciate you guys. Chelsea lost. Arsenal gonna lose Saliba in the summer. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And guys,
Inshallah.
this is gonna redirect you to Jacob. MHF Raid in the chat or
Yes,
Anjam.
no need to be an asshole today. Haram, they're sad. Spurs fans now. Just MHF raid. That's it. We're gonna go
MHF
raid.
Raid. Copy paste. MHF Raid. I will see you guys there. We're out of here, people.
Yallah. See you guys, man.
See you.